Hey there, this is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 29th of March, 2025. I hope you're all doing well. So, quite a week here. I want to start off by saying that I mentioned this last week that my friend Marcy's husband Greg had been ill and he unfortunately passed away on Tuesday evening. So, very sorry. Love and prayers to Marcy and her family. So, on to an interesting thing. So, I saw a movie and it had a great internal effect on me. And let me explain. When I was a kid, I have this memory that I was a kid sitting up late at night in the living room at the old number 40 with my sister Mary watching a movie called Johnny Rocco. And it was about a little kid and mobsters. And that was all I remembered for years. And I had never seen it since then. And I had nowhere to find it, no way to anything. So it was one of those kind of lost memories, if you will, or incomplete memories is perhaps better. So I mentioned it to my friend Mike, and he found it. And so during the week, I watched it. It was on YouTube, and I grabbed it onto a USB stick, and I watched it. And it was very interesting. It was clearly, like, I'll say, a B movie of its day. It was 1958, I believe. And the kid, see, the mobster, Johnny Rocco sounds like a mobster's name, but it's not. It's the kid of the mobster that's Johnny Rocco. And his dad, he's out with his dad and a compatriot of his dad, and the guy that his dad is with, they're out in a car, and he kills a cop. So this has traumatized young Johnny, and he starts to stutter, and he's starting to behave badly in school, and all these things going on. And his dad slaps him around some during the film, and he then, his teacher's concerned, and the guy, they're thinking, keep an eye on the kid, he might squeal. Maybe they need to rub out the kid and his dad, the mob. And at one point, the guy that was the one who killed the cop is following him in a car, and Johnny runs into a church, a Catholic church, and that ends up being important in his life, because we also find that Johnny likes to sing, and he doesn't stutter when he sings. And his teacher wants to set him up where he can go sing somewhere, and wouldn't you know it, it's at that same church. And we also set up earlier in the film that his dad hates the church, and so she arranges for him to sing with this church, and he sings Ave Maria and Adeste Fideli, because it's near Christmas, another important part of the film. And all the things come to a head, and there's all sorts of stuff going on, and it has a very interesting resolution. And once I saw it, it was like a weight was taken off me, because for years it's almost achieved a mythic status in my life. And I finally saw it again. I had to be 5, 6, 7, certainly no older than that when I saw it. And so, for nearly 60 years, I had this hang over my head, on my shoulder, a weight on my back, a cloud over my head, and now it's gone. And thank you, Mike. So there's that. So Wednesday, I had an appointment with the eye doctor, where, and by the way, these are brand new specs. Brand newbie new. Got them yesterday. Um, and they, had my exam, and they're a place where, and I'm on Medicaid, and this particular place here even does the glasses on site. And I would have had them that same day, but they had to send out blah blah blah. They had to send out for lenses, for one of the lenses, so it took an extra day. So they came in Thursday afternoon, and my sister couldn't pick them up for me until Wednesday. So there you go. Hold on just but a second. Oh, thank you. So that was that. So while I was in there, I was telling my nephew Michael, they were all ordering themselves Chinese food from literally 3 doors over. I think it's three or four doors over, one or the other, at Little Kitchen here in Westport, which is a Chinese place I'm not terribly fond of. But maybe they've gotten better. But it put me in the mind of Chinese food, and I was telling Michael, man, I'd love some Chinese food, but we just don't have the money. But Michael still had money that he had saved, that he got from his dad for Christmas. And so Michael treated the two of us to Chinese food for dinner, which was great. So I had some fried rice, pork fried rice that I made them make spicier, and I had an egg roll, and then I was able to get 2 different soups because we had to get a certain amount for them to deliver it. And so a second soup put us over. So I had one hot and sour soup and one chicken noodle soup. They make their chicken broth in that, and they put ramen noodles in it. So I've got to say, and I had that the next day, on the Thursday, that chicken soup, I can't eat enough of that. I would have as many bowls as you care to put in front of me. So it was delicious. It was wonderful. Thank you, Michael. And what else has been going on? Oh, so I set up an interview with my friend Mickey Bereni, who was in the band Lush, and then recently in a band Peroshka, and now she has a band called the Mickey Bereni Trio, with her husband Moose and their pal Ollie, who's from a British band called Air Cooled. And they did a fabulous new album called Tripla that comes out April the 4th. So set up an interview, and I sent Mickey questions that she was going to speak onto like an MP3, and I would transcribe it. But she involved both Moose and Oliver, and she transcribed it herself and sent it to me. I edited it, I did the artwork, put it all up last night, and I put it on my social media. I got a note from Mickey. She put it up on all of her social media with a funny note, because I mentioned that our first interview, Mickey and I, was 33 years ago for the Lush album Spooky, one of my top 10 albums of all time, by the way. And so she put, it's been 33 years, and she put arg, because it'd been so, it made her feel old, I guess. And she put, I meant yay, in her posts, and I thought that was really cute. But I was glad to have that up and out there. If you want to see it, let me know. I'll happily send anyone a link, or go to progsheet.com, and it's up there. I don't like to promote myself that way, but there you go. I also got in the actual Archie Digest that has that story that I did for India, and that's set up in my head. I've got a new story that I'd like to pitch to someone at Archie that's a Reggie story, and I think it's a winner for them. So beyond that, that's quite a bit this week. I'm still waiting to hear back from the government agency that would basically pay Michael to take care of me for my 24/7 care. They say they'll get back to you within 2 business days, but no, It's been weeks now, so we keep on them. Heard from several people this week. Danny, Pete, uh, Ari. My friend Ari really badly injured her foot, and that's healing up nicely. And we keep moving along. Oh, and I had a lovely conversation with my dear friend Catherine and her husband Nagashiva. So props to both of them. And Richard Carlson would approve. So um, I think that's the bulk of what's been going on. I do my weekly poem, my Bible reading, my 6 songs, my movie, and this. And some of you get all of these, and some get part. If there's stuff you want and you don't want anything else, just send me an email letting me know what you want to be taken off of, what you want to stay on, or, watch what you like and delete what you don't, which is equally easy, which is probably what you're doing already. So I hope everyone is doing well. I send you my love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.